Now let's cross to Peter and Jen in the mounting yard for the details on race 5. And Peter, Iska is the short price favourite, I understand.
Yes, a very short price favourite, Sandra, and entitled to be, I think, Jen, but you're not getting much value. We'll come to her in a moment. First of all, Marty's Magic number 1, Lenny Beasley rides for Clary Connors. Quickly, I just spoke to Clary about General Nadim. I said, is there anything wrong with him? He said, no, pulled up perfect.
Oh, well, there you go. You've done your money there. Marty's Magic fought on strongly at Rose Hill, and she's got plenty of weight here, Peter, with 57.5. I'd just give her a place chance in this race.
Number 2 is the one that we're talking about, Iska. Settled second at Moonee Valley and then just blew them away in the straight, beating a subsequent winner here in Sozzled, which won on Tuesday, so the form line reads very well.
Form is fantastic. I did notice in the mounting yard here, though, Peter, she was getting very, very uptight.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye on her. She's a super horse, and she's definitely the one to beat in this race, but she might be getting a little hot under the collar.
And they've asked for a clerk of the course to take her up to the gates. Number 4 is My Juliet. John Marr trains, ran third in that race behind Iska, settled down 5th and moved to 3rd, but never looked like troubling the winner.
No, she had the run of the race there, and she couldn't get near Iska at all at Moonee Valley. I'd give her a place chance only.
Natural Is My Name finished 4th in a field of 6 behind Point Danger. Was running on reasonably at the end, but beaten a fair way here on Saturday.
Yes, I thought she fought on well there at Caulfield. She's a very honest type of horse, and I thought she could probably fill the trifecta spot.
Number 8, Denari, is wearing glue-on shoes for the first time, and Brett Preble, well, he could win on a rocking horse the way he's going, and another one trained by John Marr.
And she's my tip in the race, Peter, because she's just value in the race each way anyway. Terrific effort at Sand, and then 5 wide all the way there at Caulfield. So the Blue Diamond runner-up, and if she lives up to that, she's a chance.
9 is Go Spending, Aaron Spiteri, the rider, for a fella called Kel Chapman at Caulfield. Do you know him?
Oh, I certainly do. That's my dad.
Oh, right.
Well, she's been going quite well in the weaker races in the country. She's been improving. I'd say at best a rough place chance in this.
Number 10 is Time Killer, Shane Dye. Well, he has yet to visit the winner's circle over this carnival. Amazing. And Billy Mitchell, is this going to be the one that brings Shane in first?
Well, this is a lot harder for Time Killer, but unbeaten, so it's very hard to pot the winning form, isn't it? Maybe
indeed.
a place chance.
All right, well, they're at the gates, so let's have a look at the tote figures right through. Iska was $1.50 when they opened up, and it is getting out a little bit now. It's out to $1.70. Dan, take us through.
Yeah, Marty's Magic at big odds, $15. Likewise, My Juliet. Palace Glows Unwanted, one of the outsiders in the race. $10 for Natural Is My Name, number 6. Queen Ruby, stablemate of the favourite at $25. Luckless at Moonee Valley last start, $6.50 Denari. And a $7.20 Time Cooler. Hindu Dancers at $163. The bookmakers are betting about 500 to 1 about it, Tim Gossage.
They certainly are. It's a rank outside. Iska is an odds-on favourite, and everyone thinks it'll win, and so does this man, Rod Russell, who's a part owner of the 2 favourites, Rose of Dane and also Danelaw in the Oaks. Excited?
Yeah, very excited. We're looking forward to it. I mean, it's what you breed horses for, which Keith's done, and the Oaks is a big race today, and we're quietly confident one of them will win for us.
Well, give our viewers a tip. Who does the owner think will win?
Well, the owner thinks Rose of Dane will win.
All right, Rod, have a wonderful day, and congratulations. You're also a part owner of Doremus.
Doremus, yeah.
Good on you, good on you. Rod Russell from Perth, one of the owners, and he's also had some money on Iska as well, so it's all the rage down here.
And so it should be Tim Gossage, and they'll fly down the Flemington Straight here, and I'd like to bet that all 10 will come over to the grandstand rail. Denari, Jennifer's looking for a bit of value, but I think any price a winner, and Iska represents the winner to me in the race, and Richard, John, Gary and Dan agree with me. I wonder if Roy Higgins agrees with me. Here he is with his thoughts on race 5.
Yes, Pete, I think, after watching this filly at Moonee Valley recently, it's difficult to go past her. What you did see probably on camera, being a bit uptight and being escorted down with the clerk of the course, same at Moonee Valley. Oh, yeah. She was like that. She was uptight. She actually looks better here today than what she did at Moonee Valley. So really, she only has to reproduce that without improving just to win easily. But there's not such a thing as a certainty on a race course.
No.
I did put the 8 in as a danger, Denari. She'll be the one that will be strong at the end of the race. She'll get home hard. She's a very, very good little filly. Of the others, I didn't mind the look of the 10 here. Time Killer, down from Queensland by Dane Hill. It's only had 3 starts for 3 wins. Up a lot in class, but did look very well. And Natural Is My Name, up in class, but is honest. I went 2, 8, 10 and 6, Pete.
Look at that wonderful view from above, and the amount of cars here prior to the running of the Cadbury Roses Stakes, and looking straight down that famous 1,200 metre course. They'll be running a bit further in the next, the Oaks Stakes, and Danelaw is at $5.30 at the moment. Grand Archway is showing pretty good value still at $9.10. Toy Carousel at $11.80, the Carbine Club winner. Confer in the Clary Connors stable, $7.10. Number 5 is Carmeness, one of the outsiders at $27. Down to number 6, Rosa War, one of 3 Lee Freedman runners, $7.50. 7, the other Lee Freedman runner, Rose of Dane, the one that the owner thinks might be the best of the two, $4.50. Then we go to 8, Curio Jade. Chris Muntz fancies her chances each way at $22. Number 9 is a Podgy Storm, the winner of the Derby, or the Oaks Trail, I should say, at Geelong, $14 even. Then we go down to No Elemi, number 10, which is scratched, 11 Love to Wanna, $38.40, and Zazabel, number 12, is at $8.80. Bart Cummings runner, and he is looking for Oaks Stakes victory, number 7 here at Flemington this afternoon. There is Iska, still with a clerk of the course beside her, so maybe Gary Willits, that's a good sign. If she got a little edgy before the race at Moonee Valley and won by 5, there's no reason she can't do it again today.
Yes, it's going to be pretty hard for something to beat her, I would think, and especially with Sozzle coming out and winning so well on Saturday. I think she beat Sozzle home by about 2.5 lengths. I did like the look of the 8 Denari, and she was second in the Blue Diamond. And the other one that won at Royal Oak, number 10, I thought that looks pretty well. Time Killer.
And a bit of money late for it in the betting ring. It's trimmed up about 2.5 points. Time Killer. It is unbeaten from 3 runs.
Yeah, there's a great shot of them in the barriers there, how the tenants get up and calm them down. Not a lot of room there. See that green padding? Quite a few boys have been hurt in those stalls.
You right now, Aaron?
Now they're just about set to go for the Cadbury Roses. Gates crash back now and away they go. Iska jumped away pretty quickly. They are all heading across to the grandstand side of the track. Denari first over to the rail from My Juliet, Palace Glow. Also handy was Time Killer and Iska. Just in behind those was Natural Is My Name. It'll settle back in the pack here. Hindu Dancer going back to the rear of the field. Marty's Magic about third last. They've got 800 left to go. Palace Glow and Time Killer together. From third, Denari, and close up the favourite Iska. Then Natural Is My Name, the closest in. Just in behind those was Queen Ruby from Marty's Magic. My Juliet drifting back a little bit now with Go Spending and Hindu Dancer. 500 metres left to go. Time Killer led Palace Glow, who's flat out. Iska, Denari, then Go Spending. Queen Ruby, Natural Is My Name, Marty's Magic and My Juliet. Time Killer in front, Iska going up to it. Denari just behind them. Palace Glow's under the whip, and then came Queen Ruby, Marty's Magic. Iska the leader from Denari and My Juliet, then Palace Glow. Iska the leader with 200 to go. It's a length and a half in front from Denari. My Juliet, Palace Glow whacking away, but it's Iska well clear though from Denari, Palace Glow, and Iska's racing away. The favourite Iska wins it effortlessly by 4 lengths to Denari. Palace Glow will get third, and then came My Juliet, Marty's Magic, Queen Ruby, Natural Is My Name. Time Killer knocked up towards the tail, Hindu Dancer and Go Spending.
Yeah, very smart. I was watching Greg Childs early in the race, and he had a handful of horse, and he just, when he let her down, she just worked right away, and the further the race went, the more she put her superiority on it. Here she is here, arrowed here, 3 from the outside rail. Greg Childs just letting her stride along here. Denari's the one that sort of come out from behind her there. But gee, she's a very good filly, very smart. Gets the line very strongly, works right away from her, win by a good 2 or 3 lengths.
Without having to get desperate, she really extended over the final furlong, Gary. She's made even more improvement on that Moonee Valley run. I suppose you would expect it, but she's actually dashed away from them here. Denari's a nice filly, and well, she looked like she was just plugging, but the winner was so impressive.
Yes, like, to work away, like, in about, 150 yards, she's put about, 2 lengths on them.
Running 1:09.4, and the numbers are 2, 8 and 5.
Yeah, very smart time. Here she is, 3 from the outside rail. You can see Greg Childs, all the others are doing something on the horses. He's just sitting there, biding his time. Got to be careful up the straight. If you go too soon, you're a sitting duck for something to get over you. But he's got so much horse under him and travelling so easy. He's just let her down there. And he's just starting, you can see his hands starting to move. Just shakes her up a bit. The one directly behind him is Brett Preble on Denari. But Greg just gives her a crack with the stick then, and away she goes. And she really thinks in stride. There she is on screen there. Lovely filly. I don't know where Letzi is. He must be just about catching up.
Here he is now with Greg Childs and the most impressive Iska, Letzi.
Yes, and Greg, we were just saying 1.9 she's gone, and you never let her out in the 200. No, she's a flying machine, and she travelled up beautifully. I did give her a couple of cracks early and then hands and heels, and she won easy.
And she looks like the way she relaxes in the race, she get a bit further too, Greg.
Oh, she gets a bit toey going to the gates. She's a little bit tardy once she gets to get her in the gates. Once she's there, she's beautiful. She came out well. Always travelled like a winner.
Yeah, and you were always very confident of winning.
I was. Yeah.
You were keeping the punters happy too, because when you sprinted away at the 200, we've put the glasses down, wasn't it?
Yeah, we put it beyond doubt. Pleased to ride a winner for Peter Hayes over the carnival.
Group 1 written all over her?
Yeah, she's definitely got the potential.
Yes, good luck, Greg.
Thank you.
No doubt she has got potential written all over her. Peter Hayes, she is very smart.
Yeah, she's great filly. Probably arguably should have been unbeaten, and I think there's a bit more to come too.
Was it any concern in the early stages when she was sort of 3 off the rail, because quite often they can wander around a bit in there?
She's been down the outside and won down the outside before, so I wasn't too concerned about that. And Greg had 2 choices there. He had to come back a little bit on her and give her a chance, or go forward with the leader, so he elected to come back, and she was fine.
What's next for her? Because she can fly pretty high, this one.
Oh yes, I think we'll take her home now, give her a month off, and then we'll come back in the autumn and work it out.
Maybe a race up the straight here, because she goes pretty well.
Oh yes, there's plenty of races around, but we'll just see how much, I think there's still a bit of an improvement in her. And a race like the Oakley Plate may not be beyond her.
Pete, well done.
Thank you.
Peter Hayes, and great to see CS here as well today. And congratulations to the owners. Mr. Robert Sangster also here at Flemington today, and no doubt he enjoyed the win of Iska. And he's going to see many more, because she is a flying machine. And as she comes back to scale now with Greg Childs, we'll take a break. You're watching Network 10's live and exclusive coverage of the 1998 Melbourne Cup Carnival from fabulous Flemington.
Good luck.
The Spring Racing Carnival of 1998 has gone from strength to strength. Ever since it opened with Caulfield Guineas Day, the crowds have been massive, and they keep building on Oaks Day, this fabulous 3rd day of the carnival. Wherever you're watching around Australia, we welcome you on Network 10. As we look at the wash-up after the running of race 5, an impressive filly, that one, Iska. We're going to hear a lot more of her, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if we're talking about her on Network 10 on Newmarket Handicap Day. I reckon she looks an ideal type, and she might just go and measure up to that class. Correct weight signal is there. Weight is right. Brought to you by Maggi on race 5, the Cadbury Roses Stakes, a listed race for the numbers of 2, 8 and 5. So Dan, it was short, but it was sweet.
It certainly was. $1.70 and $1.30 the win in place. $1.50 Denari, $10.80 for Palace Glow. Quinella $4. Trifecta $168.10, and the race to race double returning $10.90. 2, 8 and 5, 2, 8, 5 on race 5.
Well, I know Robert Sangster's got a big mantelpiece. He's going to need it for this magnificent trophy, and I think he might have a few more to add beside it in years to come. Here's Rob Gaillard for the presentation.
Yes, for the second time of the afternoon, Cadbury have sponsored a race. This time it's the Cadbury Roses Stakes. Mr. Doug Reid, I am representing the VRC at the presentation, and I'd like to invite back the Human Resources Director of Cadbury Schweppes Australia Limited to make the presentation, Mr. Doug Lovelace.
Mr. Chairman, members of the VRC committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed the running of the 6th Cadbury Roses Stakes, a listed race for 3-year-old fillies, which has now become an integral part of Oaks Day at Flemington. And what better day for Cadbury to sponsor the Cadbury Roses Stakes than on Oaks Day, surrounded by so many elegant dressed ladies and those wonderful rose gardens. The race was keenly contested, but the winner proved very good, and I think we've seen a champion of the future. I don't want to put the moz on anybody, but I think that this horse is really special. So congratulations goes to the owners, the Swettenham Stud Syndicate, with the manager Robert Sangster, to the trainer Peter Hayes, and of course the jockey Greg Childs for a great ride. Congratulations.
The The Swettenham stud colours, which have been carried to victory in the Melbourne Cup here by none other than John Letts aboard Belldale Bull in 1980. She won't win a Melbourne Cup, this filly, but she's going to win a lot of races. She is a flying machine. And from a flying 3-year-old filly, we go to the staying 3-year-old fillies. The big one is next. The VRC Crown Oaks will be back to take a look at the tote figures as they stand and to preview the big event amongst this massive crowd at Flemington on the other side of this break. No question about it, Flemington is the place to be this week, especially on this day for the ladies. Ladies' Day, Oaks Day, and the great fillies are about to line up for the running of the 138th Crown Oaks. And here are the tote figures, and Danelaw is showing $4.50, Grand Archway $8.70, Toy Carousel around the $12 mark, Confer $7.30, Carmen S $30.80, Rose of War $7.40, Rose of Dane $4.50, equal favourite with the stablemate in Danelaw. Then you've got Curio Jade at 25, Apogee Storm at 14, Love to Honour 41, and Zazabel is at $9.80. The scratching is number 10, and that is No Alimony, and we've got a field of 11 to start in the feature race today. It is the 138th Crown Oaks, just like it was the other day, the 138th Foster's Melbourne Cup. Well, there aren't too many times in the day that I would swap places with anyone, being in the mounting yard and amongst the hub of excitement. But Sandra Sally, I can tell you this is one time I would gladly swap with you.
Peter Donegan, I just want to know, what is the simmering tension between you two? I have, of course, the delightful Jane Kennedy with me, one of the producers, or the producer of the panel.
Thank you, Sandra. And look, there's no place I'd rather be than sitting on Peter Donegan's knee right now. But I can't be, so I'm here with you.
Peter, settle down. You've got a couple of races to go yet, so I know you're a bit excited.
I am a bit.
Now, Jane, you're having a great weekend. The panel, the show was terrific last night.
It was. It was a bit of a hoot last night, and no, it's been really great. We've enjoyed it this year, and we can't wait to come back next year.
I think you guys should be in the current affairs section in the upcoming awards and things, rather than the comedy section, because you really do dissect the week's current affairs.
Well, I'm glad you say that. It's actually, it does become quite a kind of a younger generation kind of current affairs program, and we find that we've got such a great following with younger people, and that they do end up getting a lot of their news from the panel, which we think is a good thing.
That's right. Now, tell me a little bit about what Working Dog has coming up, because you guys are always have some surprises up your sleeve.
Well, we're trying to work on our next film, and it's taken a while. We did The Castle, of course, last time, and we're trying to get this next one up and running. It takes a long time to write, and we like to spend a lot of time on the writing process. And apart from that, I think we might have a bit of a beach holiday, but as I said, looking forward to on Channel 10, Turn Me On 10, the panel next year.
You're doing a great job. Now, we do need your tip for the Oaks, the next race.
Okay, and I have gone Danelaw because I'm a big fan of the Friedman brothers, and in fact, they've got quite a few, of course, running, but I'm going to put my bet on Danelaw.
All right, well, we always love having you, and this time I'm holding onto the mic, Brooke Vandenberg. You're not getting it this time.
Oh, it's very tempting. I've just been after it all. I'll get it later on this afternoon.
Thanks for joining us, and of course, good luck with your punting.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's hand over the reins to Tim Webster, who's going to look after you ever so well for the rest of the afternoon. G'day, Tim.
G'day, Sandra. And Jane, look out, Donegan's on his way. The hell with the mounting yard. The hell with the mounting yard, he's on his way. Thank you, Sandra. Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our studio for the next few hours on Oaks Day for 1998. Now, a reminder about the Maggi Phantom Call competition. You must know the drill by now. All you have to do is pick up the entry form from a Coles supermarket. 23 horses there are there. Runners in the Melbourne Cup, 23 past winners, and here's what you do. Just give this telephone number a call, 1902 555 955. Follow all the instructions on the phone. It's pretty easy. Leave your name of the winning horse, of course, and your daytime phone number. Last 6 digits of a barcode. And you could be on your way to the United States for the Kentucky Derby. We've already shown you 1,600 metres. We'll show you another 800 today, and the final 800 metres on Emirates Day on Saturday. OK, got the drill. Now, Michael Pope, he's been running around the place today too. I think he's gone for lunch.
Magnificent food. Food, fillies and Flemington, they all go together, don't they? But what happens if you arrive without the food or without the car boot to get it out of? Not a problem. Boot parties, that's the craze this year. Businesses and corporate people have got together and they can hire a boot. Hello, ladies, enjoying the party?
Yes,
very good. Sir, first time at the races?
No, it's not my first time. I've been coming for 25 years. I entertained on both Derby Day and Cup Day, and normally I'm in the other part of the car park. This concept is marvellous.
It's magnificent, isn't it?
Yes.
Boot parties. What's your tip for the next race?
Oh, number 4. Definitely
Right.
number 4. I've got to pay for my bill.
People have got some crazy names for horses, haven't they? Particularly if they don't get a place. If you're looking for me for the rest of the day, I'd start looking here. So, champagne?
Oh, yes.
Amazing how many times it happens. You ask people about the races and they go, oh, is there races on today? There certainly is. The 1998 Oaks. We'll take a break and back with it. Well, it doesn't get any better than this, really, does it? The VRC must be very, very happy indeed. We'd have 3 sensational days for racing here at Flemington, and this one no exception. Absolutely magnificent day of racing and of fashion and all the colour and excitement that goes with Melbourne Cup Carnival Week. Mark Aston has a special guest with him, the legendary trainer, the Cup's King, JB Cummings.
Well, Bart Cummings, you have a couple in the Oaks. Who's the best? Who's the best chance?
Well, I'm not too sure about that, but Love Go On has always shown a lot of potential of staying. It's drawn reasonably nice, but Zarzabel will be by the Seville Stallion, the stallion at the moment, drawn number 1, and Paddy Payne rides very well on this track, probably no better. And he won't lead today as he did in the Saturday. He's certainly behind the pace, and hopefully he'll finish the race up. I think she's a pretty good galloper, a bit better than average. So far, a little bit disappointing down here, so she's got each way better today.
Now tell me, Bart, is Oakstown your favourite day here? Because there's so many options around, aren't there?
Well, I'll be concentrating on the 4-legged variety, but the 2-legged variety leave home jobs. I think they're pretty special ones among them, I tell you. But being a very thorough horseman, I'm not allowed to look at them.
It's got nothing to do with your wife, has it?
It certainly has. She said, you look but don't touch.
Good on you, Bart. Have a lovely carnival.
I think it's been a wonderful carnival up to date, one of the best I've seen. Not as so successful as some in the past, but I do think the Melbourne Spring Carnival, this one in particular, is one of the best I've seen.
JB Cummings looks like he's having fun today too. Oaks Day, of course, is full of, as Bart said, very gorgeous 2-legged ladies. Among them, our Lynn Talbot.
Why, thank you, Tim. Well, after today, of course, the Serious Fashion Stakes would have been run and won, and that's the David Lawrence Fashions on the Field competition. But on Saturday, on Stakes Day, the fashion focus goes to teenagers and toddlers, and Sally Williams will be hosting Kids Fashions on the Field. What are we expecting?
Well, we're expecting a lot of fun, a very casual day. I mean, it's family day, so it's an opportunity for the parents who have been coming out here on the last 3 days to give a little bit back to the kids who have been waiting patiently at home and create an opportunity to have some fun for them with the whole family. So the fashions aren't too serious, but we're looking for fashion-conscious kids and toddlers that have got a little bit of attitude, I guess you could say. They have to be well coordinated, dressed from top to toe as well. And they'll receive some fabulous prizes from Myer and also TX. So a gift voucher from Myer, and also the first 50 finalists all receive a prize, even if they don't win one of the heats. So there's 2 categories: first, second, and third prize, and also the first 50 finalists win a little bag from Myer. So it's a great competition.
Well, thank you, Sally. Looking forward to that. I'm sure you are too, keeping those children under control. On Stakes Day, during Kids Fashion Day, everyone should bring their kids out here and have a great day on the very last day at Flemington Spring Racing Carnival.
Thank you, Lynn. Time for a break. When we come back, we'll speak to the new sponsor of Collingwood, Sheikh Ahmed.
The mares, Champagne Jezebel, clear from Yorkshire, Torfans Melody, Champagne in front of Jezebel, Persian Punch and Torfans Melody, Champagne and Jezebel, Jezebel's fighting back on the rails and won the cup.
Chris Munt, one of the smallest men in the jockeys' ranks. Today, he is Little Big Man.
The Battle of the Empire is over. And what a cup. Jezebel and Champagne fighting to the line. What a day for the mares.
I love you, Doc.
And now it's the fillies' turn in the Crown VRC Oaks, a race day that has become a sporting phenomenon. What is it about Oaks Day that makes it so special? It's a day of flutters and fluttering, of fashion and passion, winning and grinning, and losing and schmoozing. It's the perfect follow-up to Cup Day with some serious racing, set amid some serious fun.
Kensington Palace has the Oaks won for Lee Friedman and Damien Oliver. The favourite does it again.
Last year, a filly with a royal name and a royal nature stole the prize. Today, it may be a rose from a stable of Danes. Whichever way it goes, you'll see all the colour and glamour here on Network 10.
Back and the big one is underway. As they come down the straight the first time. They're going up to the outside of. They've got 2,000 metres left to travel. It's a fight over the Melbourne Cup.
Yes, welcome everyone to the Crown VRC Oaks for 1998. The view from the Whitman's Lightship of the Mounting Yard. Another crowd, well, we don't know, 60,000 odd would take us up around 235,000 for the 3 days, which is extraordinary. And there is our lightship that gives us those beautiful pictures. And there's the beautiful ladies, handing it again to the sporting public of Melbourne. They're out in droves for one of their special days, the Oaks Carnival, during the Melbourne Cup Carnival of 1998. And there's the trophy. Everything is in readiness. We're about 10 minutes away from the Oaks, but I have a very special guest with me, His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Zayed Al Maktoum from the Emirates Group, the chairman. Welcome.
Thank you.
Always good to see you. You're becoming a bit of a fixture in Melbourne during this week.
I enjoy it. It's a lovely time here during the Cup.
The Emirates is now, and you are now, concentrating very much on sport and tourism and promoting the Emirates as a place to come visit and enjoy yourself.
That's right, yeah, and we have a big operation to Australia and especially to Melbourne with the daily service now.
Tell us about the growth of the airline, because it's been quite astronomical over the last few years, hasn't it?
Actually, we nearly double every 3 years in terms of seats capacity and number of aircraft. So we have now about, I would say, 22 aircraft, long-range aircraft.
That must mean you must put an awful lot of work into it.
Yes, that's right, with the help of the whole team who are really working for the airline.
Now, you've really become a Melbourne identity now because you're now the sponsor of Collingwood Football Club. Interesting decision?
Yes, it's very much interesting. I think it's one of the strongest team here in Australia. And as everybody, they said, they love them or they hate them.
You know already about Collingwood.
That's
and
right.
I noticed you in the paper having a kick with the Aussie Rules footy. How did you go?
It was very well, actually. The first time I actually I hit such a ball, you know. It's very interesting.
They tell me because you used to play a bit of gridiron in the States, you picked it up first and wanted to throw it.
That's right, yeah. It's an American football, yeah.
And they said, no, you got to kick it, and you took a pretty fine mark, I'm told.
Yeah, it took me about 3 balls to hit before I get it really straight.
Well, it's always great to see you, and you're putting a lot into sport in our country and around the world. It's terrific to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
His Highness Sheikh Ahmed. Peter, let's go down to you because we need to see these beautiful fillies in this great race.
Yes, thank you, Tim, and a very good afternoon to anyone joining us for the first time today before the running of the big race, the 138th running of the Crown Oaks. Here, the third day of the carnival, the